Today we're getting some trim on the 55 Mercury.
I'm crazy about a Mercury. I'm gonna buy me a Mercury and cruise it up and down the road.
So when you're dealing with a vehicle that is rare or just not many of them were made, parts availability is low, you might be using something like this to put the trim on. This is a trim to fit, and it has these little lines that help in the sizing of if you cut it down to fit inside your piece of trim here. So like on this one here, we're going to need 3 of them. You can see that they're much wider than the piece, but you can cut them down to slide into your piece like it should. We're also going to be using this on this piece of trim. These are a Ford Fomoco style trim clip. These were the 1-inch ones, I believe, and so you can find some like the factory made, and they may work out for you. You may be thinking, oh man, this looks painful and arduous and terrible, and yeah, you're right. It was very much so, all of that. But what do you do, right? So you can see I have this piece on the passenger side, and so we'll start with our fender on this side if I have all my stuff ready. The reason that these trim pieces are in a new piece of plastic and look brand new, it's because they just came back from polish. So the polishing companies will usually send it back in something like this to protect it. A lot of these pieces were missing on this car. A lot of the trim was missing. They even have the hood ornament. We're still missing this leading edge. If you have a 55 Mercury, doesn't matter what model, leading edge trim piece, it'll have this like kind of dangle right in the front. If you have this piece, let me know. I will buy it from you. That's the one piece we haven't found. I believe we have everything else. Some of the stuff is coming back from Polish and Chrome now. We sent it down to the Shine Shop in Las Vegas. They've done pretty well. There's always going to be stuff. I mean, we had 93 pieces that needed to be either polished or re-chromed. And in the chroming process, it can get bubbles and stuff like that just from the old stuff inside the casting. A lot of those pieces are pot metal, which is kind of a ugly, dirty type of metal that is cast and can be chromed, and that's why they use it on a lot of these old cars. But we're getting our pieces back. Like I said, there was 93 of them, I believe, and I found a few more pieces that we need to have done that didn't even make it to there. But these are literally just some of them. We also had the bumpers done, of course. This bumper we had to find. Ours was missing the top, these top little guys, which are a bolt-on different piece that go with the bumper guard. But you know, a lot of work. These polishers and chromers, I have to hand it to them because it is a lot of work to get these things right. And polishing is just horrendous, especially on stainless. Make our marks. And then we bring them over to our Beverly shear and we cut the lines. You can cut these however you find available to you. I've been using, they kind of curl it, the Beverly shear kind of curls the piece, as you can see there. So I just kind of straighten them out. Then you'll take your new piece, slide it on in. On this one we need 5 of these. So we'll just keep on marking and cutting. So you're going to get your tabs lined up in the correct position to slide this on, and make sure that you're in the right spot for whatever end or side or piece that it's going into, whatever is going to matter. This one we're going to worry about our door jamb area. This piece is a little twisted up. Getting the nuts started have really hurt my fingers today. It's good to have 2 people on this job. Got our one on there to hold it. Get the screws inside under the hood here. That's that piece. So now, go on to our corner piece. We do the same thing once again. This front one, we're using 2 clips, which it's so nice to have something that's here and works. Slide in there. Now we need a clip here and 2 here. On this clip here, I cut our corners, so you can see the piece. I've cut off the corners here, and you want to make sure that as you're tightening it, how's it going to grab. This corner is going to hold it, so it can slide in like that and hold. So we get it kind of to a position like that. We'll take our pliers here and clips in. There is clips with that kind of style, but I do not have any. If you can slide them in from the end, you can make them square. There we go. These 2 pieces here, this one slides into the other one here on the fender. So we're going to get our front ones lined up here. Now this piece is going to slide over. Usually the front, as it goes back, front pieces will slide over rear pieces. Usually it won't have a rear piece sliding over a front. Usually it goes steps down as it goes back. This guy is hanging over the edge just a little far, and so I'm going to try and tap him back. And we'll just use a body hammer. Okay with that. Looks like Grandmammy's refrigerator. Back of the fender here, this last little clip won't tighten down because you can't get to it from the inside. The factory, I would believe, put that trim on before they put it on the car, and we're kind of past all that. I really don't feel like pulling the whole front clip apart, because I mean, you'd have to pull everything apart to get that fender off of there. So what we're going to try, we're going to try to take off this piece of trim a ways back and take that clip out, trade it for our clips like we were using up here where they pop in, and see if we can't get one of those here. We'll just have to see. Might end up pulling the whole piece of trim off. Hopefully we can figure out something to work there.
I'm crazy about a Mercury.